Hey, deserving listeners, Love is Blind. Let's watch.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, I love it. I'm shaking too bad.
Look at those tiny fingers. Oh my gosh. Hi. You were so fucking beautiful.
Things seem to be going well. Their kissing is awkward. I think often there's awkward. I don't know why. I'm like, what are the signs? It's a weird circumstance.
What else? I loved your voice from the moment I heard you. I love how you're caring, how you're strong, even though you're like cute, you're strong. And I don't think people see that. And people don't see that you're smart either. But I know you're smart.
Okay, I don't know if I'm just reading into it, but there's something off about this. I can't know that, of course, but he is asking the question, why does he love her? She's looking for some reassurance, I think, like, why do you love me again? Can you convince me? I think is what she's saying. Or they're just making small talk. And his answers are, you're smart, people don't see that, and you're strong, and all these kinds of words, which, are nice, but it also, given the way that he's talked up until this point, there's a possibility that this is him. Manipulative is a really strong word, but another way to describe it is that he is so scared of abandonment that he doesn't even have the space or time to even go into his heart and ask himself, why do I love this person? And so he's more thinking, okay, what do they want to hear? And that doesn't mean that he is waking up in the morning wanting to manipulate, but it could be because he's just terrified of abandonment and he's scrambling for something to say. And he has learned that if he is complimentary, then it tends to work out, especially if you don't know what else to say.
I think that's why Pass might have been intimidated. What do you love about me?
Oh, this is so much pressure.
It's okay.
Okay, so the romantic music has stopped, I think, because the editors are thinking this is a bit of a telling moment. And, it is hard. Not everyone's a poet. I think she would particularly say she's not a poet. You can love and have not the words or the convincing words. You can also have the convincing words and not be in love.
I love that even though you did make me feel like an option for a second, you were just doing what you're supposed to do.
I love that you made me feel like an option, but you were just doing what you're supposed to do. I think halfway through that sentence, she lost the thread. I think she planned on saying something else or started a sentence not knowing where it was going to end. And then she starts by saying, even though you made me feel like an option, and then she forgets the original reason why she started the sentence. And so she says, but you're just doing what you're supposed to do. I think saying, well, you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is to wait till the end. I even wonder if they've had those conversations in the pods where he has explicitly stated, I'm trying to follow the rules of the experiment by waiting until the 10th day of the pods. I would imagine that they don't show us those clips, maybe because it's not super relevant, but also because the show doesn't want to reveal the influences or something. It might not have happened, but I think that's what she's referring to. I'm not sure.
I love that even though you did make me feel like an option for a second, you were just doing what you're supposed to do.
Are you cold?
Mm-mm. Why?
I was going to give you my jacket if you were.
That was funny. I thought or they edited it to look this way, where he's like, are you cold? Meaning, are you cold-hearted? And then she's like, huh? It's like, well, you seem cold. I can give you my jacket. It reminds me of one of my favorite lyrics of all time. Elvis Costello has a song, The Element Within Her, on the album Punch the Clock. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I discovered it by buying it at a secondhand store, Cellophane Square for those locals, in the 80s, the vinyl. And I didn't know Elvis Costello really at all. And I listened to this Punch the Clock album and I was just blown away. But the lyric is, and back in her bedroom with her electric heater, he says, are you cold? She says, no, but you are, la, la, la. I don't know. It's just a beautiful, I get chills. I'm probably not doing it. I know I'm not doing it justice. Listen to Element Within Her by Elvis Costello. Just listen to that whole album, especially the first side of that album. It's so great.
Cuddle with you. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm looking at you.
I know.
Come here. I just want to hold you.
The musical cues do a lot. If they weren't playing the comical music or if they were just playing some romantic music, then this would feel different. So we have to understand that our reaction to this is being manipulated by the musical choices. And they're not playing any music, which makes it feel less romantic, less real, more awkward. And maybe it is.
This is definitely one of those awkward moments in my life. I just feel bad that I haven't reciprocated saying I love you.
It's okay.
But I feel like when I say it, I want to like really like mean it.
What? I mean, people can have different timelines, but typically you want to be very in love when you get engaged. But not everyone. So what are we hearing right now? She's saying she doesn't love him. And maybe what she's saying is, well, we had a setback and I just need a little bit of time. Is that what's happening?
I'll keep telling you I love you.
Do you really?
Do I really? Are you fucking kidding me? I loved you before I knew you looked like this.
Oh my god.
I love you, baby.
I feel like you're lying when you say it.
Really? You think I'm lying?
No, I don't.
Don't say that.
I don't know. I hate it.
I don't know what's happening. And then she says, I think you're lying when you say it. I mean, she says, I'm not making fun of her. She, I think, doesn't know what to say. It's an awkward thing. They're in the hallway, the cameras, the bright lights. It's overwhelming. And then she's, and his style of kissy time is a little over the top. It's a little, maybe she enjoys it, but it's a little like an octopus or something. And she's like, I don't, but, and I'm thinking, what the incongruence? Let's rewind that.
I feel like you're lying when you say it.
Really? You think I'm lying?
No, I don't.
Don't say that.
I don't know. I hate it when I say it to you, but I can't.
What did she say? They gave us some subtitles. Let's look at that again.
I feel like you're lying when you say it.
Really? You think I'm lying?
No, I don't.
Don't say that.
I don't know. I hate it.
I hate that I want to say it to you, but I can't. I hate that I want... Oh, she wants to say it. I think you're lying when you say it to me. You do? I don't know. I really want to say it to you, though. Huh? Maybe she's just overwhelmed. I don't know.
I say it to you, but I can't. Something in my brain is not computing, like, holy shit, this stranger just asked me to marry him. Something's not calculating.
Okay. Maybe she's one of those folks that upon meeting, the magic is instantly gone, or it's revealed it was never there to them. And then she says, I don't think I want to go to the next phase. Usually that's what this means now, that the cast feels like they have the ability to do that. Yeah. And this is consistent with my or my speculation that she is in the pods legitimately feeling feelings, and meaning that if she were faking it just to get to the next phase, she wouldn't note this or tell us this. She would just act like everything's great because she wants to get to the next phase, right?
In my brain to make me feel like I'm truly engaged. Do you think if we were out in the real world that...
Or she is an odd duck. What the Duck is the name of this episode, right? And she just has a lot of random thoughts. And she's just, because, earlier in the pods, before the yes to the proposal, she's saying things that are more in line with, I'm done with you. So maybe she just has a lot of disparate thoughts rattling around.
That we would be together.
No,
I don't think so either.
me neither. But if we go to Mexico, we're gonna have time.
If we don't, can we go to Miami?
We're definitely going to Miami.
But like if we don't go to Mexico.
Fuck yeah, we'll go to
Okay,
Miami.
that sounds good.
Okay, and then she is throwing it out there that they don't go to the getaway. Then I wonder, does she think like the camera will just follow her to Miami? Or she's just thinking she doesn't want to do the fast track to marriage, or what? What's happening?
If we don't know Mexico, we're having a fun ass time in Miami.
Okay.
Promise.
You give me strength and I got your back.
All right. I'll see you. Bye. Miami or Mexico? Mm-hmm. Bye, baby.
And it also makes me wonder as to either the depth or sincerity from him, in that he says he loves her and is showering her with all these compliments, and she says, I can't say. Or if he's picking up from her that she does love him, but she just can't say it yet. Because if another couple had a meeting in the hallway, think of the UK when Nicole and Sam, thanks for that. I think I'm in love you. Oh, thanks for that one. I wonder if other couples would be like, wait, so you don't love me? At least there'd be some worry there if you have skin in the game, or if you're in connection with your feelings, or he's truly zen and just willing to give it time.
Holy fuck, she's hot.
Oh God, what have I done?
And it just makes you wonder, if he had proposed on day 8 or 9, if this would have felt different. Maybe not. Brittany and Leo were not one of the 6 couples chosen by producers to continue. We're not chosen by producers to continue their journey in Mexico. Well, that makes it sound like the producers said no. Maybe it was mutual, because she's already talking about Miami. Or they told them even before they entered the hallway, maybe? I don't know. And that's why she was talking about Miami. Okay. So that means that's the last we're going to see of them until they do the parties, which everyone shows up for, typically. So, well, wait. So the show is saying we broke up with them first, essentially. And usually why they do that is because they believe that the couple is not viable. I think usually they think the couple is faking it, or one of the persons is faking it. Or what they're maybe saying here is that I think they also just don't have the money to pay for that many couples. Because for every couple, you have to have a whole other team. I've talked to my contact on the show, and every couple has a whole team of producers and storytellers and camera people and sound people and note takers and assistants. I think each couple has 8 to 10 people, and that's just the people that are there with the couple in the room with them or nearby. And then of course you have all the other people. It's a huge operation. When you hear about the behind the scenes in the pods in particular, because there's 30 cast members and there are so many production people. You have people that a good part of their job is just escorting the cast to the bathroom, because apparently they're in this giant warehouse and the bathrooms are kind of hard to find. Plus they don't want the cast to wander to the other side, you know? So you have that, you have, gophers, you have people getting food and water and people monitoring the sound. And, I can't even imagine how many camera operators there are. You have the showrunners and the tech people and the bus drivers, blah, blah, blah. It's just a huge production. So maybe they just didn't have the money. I don't know. But yeah, we have 7 couples, which I'm trying to think if we've ever had that going out of the pods, and they narrowed it down to 6, and they didn't want Brittany and Leo. Yeah. Well, as a citizen watching the show, as I've been saying, I would have liked to have seen the 2 of them interact beyond this, just to get more data to figure out if some of the hypotheses and speculations were accurate or not. And I guess we're not going to get it. Bummer. And they broke off their engagement weeks later. I wonder how many weeks, but yeah, interesting. And production will say that, or the showrunner anyway, will say that they don't sometimes invite people, and there's probably, as with all the other seasons, other couples that did get engaged, but they didn't even include them in the edit because production didn't invite them to the next phase, because often the production thinks, I don't think you're for real, or of the couples, you seem like the most likely that you're not actually deeply in love. So the fact that they're saying, well, they didn't work out anyway, and because if they were for real, then they would have gotten married, or at least they'd still be in a relationship. This also makes me think that she did know, at least she may, so I could see a scenario where she, before going to the hallway, because they have a lot of conversations off camera where they're just talking with their main producer person, their main contact, and just talking through their feelings. And maybe there's a little bit of talk about what they can do, what their options are or something. So I could see how she would have that conversation after being proposed to, and she discovers through that conversation that she's not sure and she needs more time, and she doesn't want to rush to the altar. She knows in this moment that would be way too hasty. She's not all in. And then they talk, maybe raising the option of, well, you don't have to go to the next phase. You could drop out. You could say that you're not into him or whatever. And then at some point, either through that conversation or just in her head, she's just like, yeah, I don't think I want to rush to the altar. So we're not going to go to Mexico. Maybe we can go somewhere else. Maybe Miami. I like Miami. And then she starts to introduce that into the hallway conversation, because he didn't seem to be on board with that whole thing. She seemed like she had already decided that she was on the fence, and then they do the one-on-one interview, and after meeting in the hallway, and she's just like, I don't know. Anyway, so they didn't work out. Yeah, that's not a huge surprise. I don't know. This show surprises me often. Kwame and Chelsea, I always think about them. I thought there's just no way. They don't seem to have any desire to be together, and they started on such odd circumstances. Anyway, so these 2 didn't work out. Okay. And then we ask, well, why didn't they work out? I'm guessing that they're going on podcasts and maybe answering that question, but I haven't seen that stuff. Maybe you know. But I could see her not really vibing because she wasn't there. I don't know. But it could be a lot of things.
Oh my God. Rams?
Oh my God.
You're so good.
They look like siblings. You know how sometimes married couples will start looking like each other for various reasons? They look like they match well, but who knows if they end up working out together. Okay, So we have Garrett and Taylor, Leo and Brittany. Leo and Brittany did not. I got to take them out of this category. We have Nick and Hannah. We have Ramses and Marissa. We have Stephen and Monica, Tim and Alex, and Tyler and Ashley. If I was taking, so let's make some predictions. Garrett and Taylor, I would put a medium amount of money that they are yes. With Nick and Hannah, I would put a lot of money that they are at least one person is a no. Maybe Hannah would be the no. And then Ramses and Marissa, I don't know. I'd put a little bit of money that they're a yes, but who knows. Stephen and Monica, there's something a little bit of a wild card with those two. I would put a little bit of money that one of them is a no at the altar. Tim and Alex, I'm going to put a little bit of money that they're a yes. Tyler and Ashley, I would put a very little bit of money that one of them is a no by the end. But everyone outside of Garrett and Taylor, Leo, Brittany, and Nick and Hannah, Ramses and Marissa, Stephen and Monica, Tim and Alex, and Tyler and Ashley, I have almost nothing to go off of. So I don't know. I could see Ramses and Marissa working out because they seem to exhibit a pretty good level of healthy communication and self-awareness. Stephen and Monica, maybe, but I don't know. There's something about Stephen and Monica, really, but I don't have, who knows? I could just be making stuff up. But anyway, that would be odd. How many people did I put a little bit of money that would be yes, right? I think I said that there would be 4. Garrett, Taylor, I put a medium amount, and then a little bit for the Ramses, Marissa, Tim and Alex, and Tyler. No, only 3. I said Tyler and Ashley one of them would be a no. So Tim and Alex, Ramses and Marissa, and Garrett and Taylor. So that'd be 3. That'd be the most we've ever seen. We had in Seattle 3 yeses, and in the UK season 1 we had 3 yeses, but we had 1 divorce soon after. So Seattle retained its dominance. Anyway, let's see if DC can manage to dominate.
Yeah.
It's a new day, go and do your thing, headed for a new phase.
That's funny. So Stacy and I went to that's not Cabo San Lucas, that's Cabo San Jose or something. It's near Cabo San Lucas, and it's closer to the airport, I think. And that was, it's hard to tell from a website or Yelp or TripAdvisor what sort of hotel you should stay at. And that was, for a while, that was the place that I was definitely going to stay at. The hotel seemed pretty cool, the pool thing and all that stuff. We ultimately decided not to. We stayed somewhere else. I'm glad we stayed where we stayed. I think that's wrong. They're not in Cabo St. Lucas. Maybe it's because everyone knows Cabo St. Lucas, but people don't know the other town. And I found the other town to be a lot more our speed. The Cabo St. Lucas was more like Vegas, or the bad side of Vegas. And the other town, the San Jose side, I think that's the town, Cabo, anyway, the town where this hotel is was a lot more, I don't know, our speed. But it is very late at night, so let's adjourn there. We're finally to the getaway, and tune in next time when I start watching that. And I will find out why they called this episode What the Duck. And by the way, if you're still watching and you have been watching all of these videos, I want to thank you. It is very gratifying to me. This is the show. I was thinking about this earlier today that, I've seen a fair amount of reality TV. I find this show to be the most compelling, the best edited, the least shady in terms of its deception. It definitely is deceptive at times. They are lying through the edit sometimes. But overall, it is the most real in terms of reality. I'm sure there are other very real television, very real reality TV shows, but among the ones in this category, this feels real. The people legit get married and start having kids. Some people are on there illegitimately, but enough are on there legitimately. And as a clinician and as a human in a relationship and various relationships, it is hard to watch reality television that doesn't feel real. It feels like extremely bad scripted television, really. And when it is real, it is way more compelling, because we can relate to it, and it gives me a chance to talk about the real things that I observe clinically. So, but anyway, I want to thank you for watching, because I have, at least at this phase, decided that with Love is Blind, I'm going to go all in and post 2 videos a day, and I'm going to, really try to absorb the show. I'm going to participate with the comments, and I probably have already posted surveys, and I'm going to do episodes on that. I end up often talking with a lot of cast members. I don't always talk about that I talk with the cast members. I've talked with employees of the show to get, it's like I just really go all in, and I pretty much every day of the week spend 12 hours on Love is Blind, and I enjoy it. Stacy watches the show, and we talk about it, and we have feelings about everything. Will they, won't they? And it's, it's an exciting journey. I wouldn't be here if you weren't watching, and it's fun to have a shared experience. And so I'm sharing with you that I enjoy the shared experience. And I hope that you do too. I want to watch this show for the rest of my life and post 2 videos a day. Along these lines, I watched a lot of other reality TV. I like 90 Day Fiancé too, particularly certain versions and certain couples in terms of enjoyment of watching. But a lot of the other reality TV shows that people have wanted me to watch, there's just, it's not, none of them are like Love is Blind. There's just something about this show. And it's funny because before I randomly suggested to my wife that we watch Love is Blind season 1 at the very beginning of the pandemic, I had pretty much never watched any reality TV ever. So it's interesting that the very first show that I watched, really, by choice, was a show that was, in my book, very well made. It makes me wonder if I had randomly wanted to watch a different reality TV show, if that would have been it for that, if I would have watched it and I'm like, that wasn't very interesting, and then I just never watched reality television again. I don't know. I'm rambling. But until next time, then we'll find out what happens when they actually meet. Maybe they all end up hating each other and none of them get married. Or maybe they all get married. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself, because you deserve it. You really, really do.